Hey everyone, welcome back to another Fun Fact Friday. I'm Dr. Sam and we're live here at University Animal Clinic. So today I was going to talk about something we get asked a lot, and that is kitties going to the bathroom outside the litter box. I mean, it's a question we get asked often. Why? How do I fix it? Nobody wants their cat peeing everywhere. So one of the most common reasons, separate from medical issues like bladder stones, crystals, and infection, one of the most common reasons that we see this is cystitis. And cystitis is inflammation of the bladder. People can get it as well. And this type of cystitis in particular is called idiopathic cystitis. Because we don't have an exact reason for the cause, because it's not something that we can test for per se. It's not a UTI that we can test for, because it's often mental. It's often stress related. So what you'll notice in your kitty is they're either going outside of the box, going in abnormal places, so on the carpet, on the bed, things like that, in a closet, in weird places, straining to urinate. So if they're having trouble urinating or straining, going multiple times, so increased frequency, and then sometimes blood even. It can get to a point where there's blood in that urine. So we're definitely going to want to check a urinalysis, rule out things like infection and crystals and bladder stones, make sure that we aren't having any of those medical issues that we can fix. But should we check those and it's all normal, there's no crystals, no infection, the culprit is often an idiopathic cystitis, so inflammation that's causing them to be uncomfortable, and it can mimic the feeling of a urinary tract infection. And people describe it, they feel like they have an infection, but it's actually just inflammation due to stress for the most part. And so why are our kitties stressed? People ask me this all the time. They're like, my cat's not stressed. Nothing's changed. Everything's great and hunky-dory. But sometimes it's things that we may not notice that it's changed. Maybe there's a new feral cat out in the neighborhood and he's out there howling or making noise near your home that you may not hear or notice, but your cat does. Maybe it's subtle changes outside in the neighborhood, subtle changes in the home that we don't think of as a big change. We move some furniture around, something like that. But they notice some of these things. Cats can be real particular. And so when they notice these things, it can cause them to be stressed. So how do we fix it? There's a couple different things. Sometimes some of these kitties do better with multiple litter boxes. Kind of general rule of thumb is to have one more box than you have cats. So if you have 2 cats, you should have 3 boxes. That helps so that there's always one that's empty or clean. Sometimes a larger box or even a lower box, because sometimes arthritis can affect their ability to get in and out of the box. If it's painful, they're not going to want to do it. And then when we're talking about how can we relieve these stressors, there's a couple options. There's a pheromone called Feel-Away. We have it in multiple forms. Plug in into the wall, a collar they can wear, or a spray. And these pheromones mimic their mother's pheromones, this calming pheromone that will help reduce their stress and anxiety. Sometimes diet can do it. We have some veterinary prescription diets. One in particular made by Royal Canin is called Calm. And as the name would suggest, it's calming. And so it has milk proteins and tryptophan in it. So it's kind of like a baby having a big bottle before bed or having a big Thanksgiving dinner. It just makes you more relaxed, makes them a little sleepy, and that can help reduce their stress. And then the other option, sometimes pain meds, but this is really only in the short term because we don't have a lot of great long-term pain medications in our cats other than just omega fatty acids. And then the other option is a chewable treat. We talk about it all the time. So Soliquin is the one that I use here. Composure can also be used, but these treats have, similar to the food, milk proteins and tryptophan in it to help as a supplement to reduce that stress. Of course, if it's such a strong anxiety that those don't work, we have anxiety meds for our pets and can use those when necessary. But a lot of these are good to try first, and oftentimes they take care of it. So I hope this gave you guys some insight into maybe why your cat's going outside the box. Sometimes it's not as simple as just an antibiotic for an infection, but it's still something that we can handle and deal with and help our cats live happy, healthy lives. If you have ideas for the next Fun Fact Friday, leave those in the comments below. We want to talk about what you want to hear about. If you guys have other things that have worked for you with your cats and urination, please leave those in the comments. The more we can help each other, the better. And I will see you guys next week. Thanks.